Hey guys, it's Marco for Mayor. I'm doing this video because I wanted to have a longer discussion about what the Commander Rule Committee did and Magic the Gathering. And so I've been doing a little bit more research on this topic, and man, this sucks. You know what sucks? And again, you know what's so funny? I posed this question many months ago about GW because of what they were going to do. And I guess it's almost time to ask the same question again. Is it time for conservatives, for people that bust their ass, for the people that work hard for the cool things they have? It seems like I want to find the right words for it, because I just don't want to blurt something out and make this political. But everything is always through the political lens, okay? And unfortunately, in these corporations, guys, you don't have like-minded people that appreciate your hard work, that appreciate your sacrifices. And so I asked the question of GW many months ago: is it time for conservatives and hardworking people to walk away from GW? I'm going to pose the same question again. Is it time for hardworking people and conservatives, the people that make their product, is it time for us to just walk away from Magic? If they're not going to have respect for our investments, GW, Magic the Gathering, I mean, this is, and not every card company is like that, guys. You know what? I'll give you a prime example of a company that trashed its own self and now is trying to correct the ship, okay? And this company, they do a card game called Force of Will, okay? Fantastic card game. It's a mixture of Magic and Commander. Well, that's a kind of dumb thing, right? But in a 60 card format, okay? It's awesome. It's an awesome game. Unfortunately, the owner and the corporation, the company itself, obliterated the game, and they overproduced, and the owner was creepy, and so the game died, okay? And it was but now, guys, it's come back. Why? You know why? Because they got rid of their ban list. Boom, it's gone. And what did they do? They did a thing called rewrite protocol, where the cards that are broken, they actually go back, okay? Because they're trying to create a reserve type list to preserve the value of your cards. That's a company that understands, hey, people work hard for their cards, and they're trying to find a way to both have a card game where people have accessibility to it, but it's a collectible card game. And so Force of Will understands that yes, there will be people that do and do not have these cards, okay? And so what they did, rather than just ban the cards like they did before, and it tanked their game, it trashed their game, it literally took like 4 years for them to get rid of the ban list, but it's gone now, okay? This last July, they got rid of the ban list. And so now they do a thing called rewrite protocol. What is that? They take the cards that are most broken and they add elements to them to bring them, make them more fair. Like an errata on a card, like imagine a Mana Crypt, right? Except now it's a one casting cost, right? Boom. Because they reworked it. It's rewrite protocol. That's how they've done it. Because they are trying to come back and basically preserve the investments of their players. So good for you, Force of Will. Thank you. And there's many other card games that do that inadvertently. Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of does that, but not really. And then Vanguard does that because it's such a niche game. And the value of all their cards are there, but they don't do stupid things that trash the value of their cards. And so they really only go and ban cards that are like outrageously broken, like beyond broken, okay? That's what Vanguard does. So they have a very light touch. Until about a year ago, okay, Magic had the same idea. That's what Commander was. Commander CDH, okay, or EDH, Elder Dragon Scroll, okay, was supposed to be a game where you could play every single Magic card you own. It's a Highlander format. And you could play the game, okay, with all of your cards. And then slowly but surely, they started adding some bans. They made this committee, okay? And I don't even know who the hell gives this committee power, but they have this power, right? They talk with Magic and they're like, we're going to ban these cards. Listen, guys, I know they say there's Rule 0 and all this stuff. And again, guys, we put a lot of validity into these corporations that do not have your best invested interest, okay? Especially Wizards of the Coast that pushes agendas now. They don't care about your investment. They're run by a bunch of filthy communist assholes, okay? And so they don't care about your investment. They only care about their investment, which is you. And as long as they can burn you, right? Because they sold you a mana crypt a couple of months ago. Here, have this cool neon mana crypt, right? Oh, this is dope. Look, I got this Ixalan mana crypt. And then they turn around and burn you? What the fuck, dude? I mean, you can only state it that way. I hate to use words like that. But what else can you do? There are people that have invested thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars into Magic. These people in Magic literally have a job because of the initiatives that these people took to make the proper investments and buy Magic cards on that level. Okay? To go into the format, so to speak, right? And play CDH or just and I hate this idea of, oh, it's competitive Magic. No, guys, listen. Magic in itself, whether it's CDH or just EDH or whatever the hell, just Commander, whatever dumb thing you want to call it, okay? It is people just getting together and enjoying. Again, it's a casual format. Do people want to go alpha style on their investment? Yeah, of course they do. They want to see how far their decks can go. They want to go infinite mana. They want to go broken creature. I mean, these people, people are wanting to do a lot of things with their investment. Okay, they buy these cards because they want to experience what it's like to play broken Magic. Okay? And that's a lot of money that's invested into these just cards, man. And I'm not saying, okay, I know there are people out there that are like happy that they did this. And again, guys, I'm not opposed. I'm a casual player. The only card that I own out of all of those super expensive cards that got banned is I own a Jewel Lotus, and I am kind of pissed about that, okay? So my investments aren't deep like that, where it's like, oh my God, they broke me, right? No, they didn't do that. Okay, quite frankly, that's not what happened with my investments. Okay, thank God. But I know a lot of people that did get literally massacred in their investments. Man, they lost thousands of dollars. And I hate to be like, I hate to say it this way because it's not cool. But Wizards has done this forever. And look, man, I love Magic. I'm gonna keep playing Magic. It sucks that they did that. I resent it. I think it sucks for all the people that really spend a lot of money in their investments and Magic and whoever these stupid command rules council or whatever. Like, who gave you power? Listen, everybody out there. I've seen a lot of people burning their cards, doing stuff of this nature. Do not do that. Do not trash your investments, guys, okay? Ultimately, it's not up to them, the rules committee, okay? If you take your investments, guys, and you take your money and make it count and say, hey, I am no longer going to invest into your company because what you are doing is trashing my investment, then they'll take notice. Then they'll take heed. They'll be like, oh, hey, I don't think people want to invest into Magic if we're just going to keep trashing their investments. And so it's incumbent on you, guys, okay? Everybody who buys into Magic, invests into Magic, plays Magic, okay? And listen, guys, I know there's a lot of new players out there that are coming into this community, and you're happy because now you're like, oh, no, Magic's fair. Listen, guys, Magic will always be one of those games where you'll come into it now, you'll have all these cards, and then you will be where we are at now, okay? Because you're going to get better paying jobs, and then you're going to start to invest and buy the cards that you've always wanted. It's not cool for a corporation like Magic or GW, okay? And what GW has done is take model lines and throw them into a legacy format and basically forgetting them, okay? And that's trashing even thousands of dollars in armies. Imagine if you had a White Scar army and all of a sudden your entire Adeptus Astartes army is dead, okay? Can no longer be used because GW decided to put your crap into Legends format, okay? And this is why I've said it in this way, guys. Is it time for conservative-minded individuals? And I state it that way because, I'm not trying to be mean or rude, but liberals do not put the emphasis on work like conservatives do, okay? And I'm not saying all liberals do that, but the bulk of liberals that I have met, they do not have the same drive for work as I do. Okay, they're lazy. They want things given to them, and they have this is why they want communism, guys. They want to be a ward of the state. They want to be taken care of. They don't want, to them, having to work is too hard. Oh my God, life's so hard. You're demanding on me that I work. And that's their attitude, guys. They just don't want to work, okay? There are people like that in this world. And there are people like that play in these games, okay? That play in 40K, that play in Magic the Gathering. And not only that, they've taken over their boardrooms, guys. They've taken over the culture of the games, okay? And so this is why you see your games crumbling in front of your eyes. The games that you have spent thousands of dollars, okay, being trashed. And I have friends that got out years ago, and they told me, and this is around 2010 when some of my friends were like, we're getting out of Magic. And I was like, why, dude? And they were like, because, dude, Magic is the way they do things is gonna change drastically, and they do not have respect. They do not have respect for the investors. The game is gonna change towards a more They said a format that's like a fair format, which is fine, okay, but where Magic itself, Wizards of the Coast, actively seeks to obliterate the value of cards. So I will tell you, there are cards they will never touch, guys, other than the reserve list, and even then they kind of did, right? But like the One Ring, they will never ban that card. Do you know why they'll never ban that card? Because of one reason. Post Malone owns the one card, the One Ring, and it's a legitimate card to play. If you were to ban that card, that investment, boom, that's millions of dollars, would cease to be worth millions of dollars, guys, okay? And then they would lose a lot of legitimacy. Magic the Gathering would, okay? And guys, listen, okay? All of you all that are around my age, 50 years old, 40-year-old, 30-year-olds that have great paying jobs, and now you're no longer the kid wanting, now you want the cards, right? You want the things that you couldn't get before. But guys, listen, do not invest your hard-earned money into these cardboards, into these one person says, what's his saying, fine luxury rectangle cardboard rectangle, something like that. And he's the Magic historian. He's a great guy. I like his channel, okay? But guys, do not count on investing your money into this and think that it's a safe haven. Oh, I'm gonna put, I just bought like 5 jeweled lotuses and there's money there. I have, like Rudy does it different because he invests into the actual product itself. Like, instead of just having the single card, he owns boxes of the product itself. So the chance that product exists in the booster boxes that he owns, well, there's a good chance, you know what I mean? So that's how he's diversified his investments, guys. It is not worth investing your money, okay? Again, if you're 45, 50, 55, 35, 30, okay? You're around my age, okay? And you experienced these products when you were young. Now you're older with a great paying job, and you're like, I want to take some of my hard work and finally get that Mana Crypt, finally get that Mox Opal, or or that I think it's a Jet Mox or something. There's so many Moxes out there, right? And so now, guys, I'm telling you, do not break your investments, do not take your cards, do not burn your cards, do not destroy your investments, guys. You got to think long term now, okay? I'm sorry that your investments took a dump, guys. I have never been a power player in the sense that, yeah, it's cool to have a Mana Crypt and all these things, but I've always, the reason I'm kind of pissed is because I like Eowyn. She's one of my favorite decks, okay? And a flex was I could drop Eowyn turn 1, right? Like Jeweled Lotus, Lotus Petal, 1 mana, and boom, all of a sudden she's out, and hey, what's up, And it's cool to be able to do that kind of stuff, guys. But it's not an essential in a casual format, okay, guys? So don't obliterate your investments, guys, okay? Who in the and again, guys, I hate using these words, but who in the fuck is these people in the Commander's World Committee? Okay, who the hell are you to take our investments and obliterate them? A bunch of freak weirdos out there, okay? You've taken something we've created, we've given you relevancy, and you have no respect because, oh my God, people like CDH, it's so mean. Like, hey, I get it. Not, and again, I don't play on that level. Okay, I make very powerful decks, but they're very fair. Okay? I don't like playing degenerate style Magic. And there are people that like playing degenerate Magic, okay? Get it. It can be fun, okay? But that's never been my style of Magic. And trust me, guys, I get it. Probably one of my more powerful decks is a Yuriko. I have a very powerful Yuriko deck. And I see it in their faces, when you're playing and you're like, here, guys, take 32 damage off of 4 triggers of Yuriko, It's disheartening, okay? So I get it, guys. But not every Magic interaction's going to be the same, and not every pod's going to be the same, guys, okay? That's the cool thing about Magic. So don't expect, I want this pre-cut out outcome on Magic because, I'm so sensitive. Whatever, You're in the wrong game. Go play Pokemon or something stupid like that, okay? If you're going to play Magic, Vanguard, Yu-Gi-Oh!, you're playing a game that's made to be flexed. When you play, you want to talk about flex. Go play people that play Yu-Gi-Oh! And ask them to play tamped down decks when everybody else is playing an amp deck. You're stupid. Give me a break. Get out of here. Okay? And at least Konami knows, hey, we got to try to keep the value of their cards, okay? Even though, and they have an outrageous ban, okay? They have different formats. They have different bans, okay? And it works for them, but whatever, that's the Yu-Gi-Oh format, okay? Man, this sucks, dude. I guarantee you they're gonna move next. They're gonna probably move on all the tutors. Oh, how dare you dig into your deck? How dare you do the, I don't know. Magic is gonna become like a very stupid basic game. Don't do this, don't do that. How dare you make these powerful cards? And guys, if you're gonna make powerful cards, and then I'm talking to you wizards, okay? If you're gonna make powerful cards, especially cards that are created specifically for a format like Jewel Lotus, and it specifically is worded that it can only be used to cast your freaking commander, and you're gonna ban that card? Come on, dude. That's just ridiculous, man. That's just that you just have no respect for the investor. And you don't have respect for the people that make your formats and make your game. So again, I'm asking this question. Is it time for conservatives, for people that work their asses off, to walk away from these games, okay? If Magic the Gathering and the Commander Rules Committee think that their game is better served by a bunch of woke, pink-haired demons that don't even want to work on any given day, that think that they deserve $30 an hour, they never last more than 20 days in any job. If you think that's the future of your company, then you can keep it, okay? The cool thing about Magic the Gathering, guys, is that yes, those formats exist, but guess what, guys? You own the cards. You can play whatever you can play however you want to play, guys. Okay, you can play Magic however you want to play Magic, with your friends and your pods and your play groups, okay? So please, guys, do not trash your investments or go burn your Jewel Lotuses or all this stuff, guys. Don't do it, okay? Well, instead, what I'm saying is take your stuff, because it's not going to stay like that forever, guys. And eventually, you'll get a different culture into these corporations, because ideas will change, people will change, guys. And if again, guys, if you're concerned about your investments being trashed, then maybe it's time that we start to try and get on a lot of our members on these boards. Okay, guys? It's the same principle like I tell people, obviously many of you know I'm running for mayor. And I tell people, they're like, how can we stop these outrageous taxes? Guys, it starts at the ground roots. It starts at the grassroots, guys. Okay, it starts at the bottom, and so we have to gain control of the institutions that are degrading the things that you love. So if your school sucks, then what can you do to rein it in? Get on those school boards, rein them in. Okay. Start investing to Magic, not Magic the cards, but Magic the IP, the actual and guys, if we once we do those things fiduciarily, we as investors can now have a profound effect on these corporations. So we truly care about these products that are endearing to who we are and our legacy growing up and as part of our generation, then it's time to gain control of these IPs. It's time to start to flex your financial power. And for now, I'm going to state it like this. If GW, okay, Magic the Gathering, and this Commander Committee don't come out, and I made it very simple. I said, and I stated it this way, and you could use it both ways for GW and Commander, okay, and Magic. And you can delineate between both tournament and casual play, okay? It's not so hard for Magic because you don't have these roving codexes, but for GW and our investments into these model armies, specifically you guys, you need to start to make codexes for your Legends format if you want to throw our investments into that line of models, okay, into that form of play that's a little bit more free play, because we deserve the codexes for our investments, okay? We deserve that you make codexes and data slates for the characters and the models that we have bought from your corporation, okay? That's fine if you don't want to, if you're trying to get people to go into the new Primaris lines and do stuff like that. That's cool, I get it, okay? You can do that for your tournament line. But for casual play, which is what the bulk of people do, okay, when they're playing 40K or AOS, have respect for the investors, guys. That's the least you can do, is make a Legends format codex, and at least make a codex for the Adeptus Astartes, which you're trying to obliterate, okay? I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, it's so stupid. A barf. God, dude. And again, guys, if you're invested into Magic, don't burn your stuff, guys, okay? But Magic, you're playing with fire, guys. And quite frankly, I look, I'm not gonna walk away from Magic, but I haven't bought Magic product in years, guys, because I understand one thing: they do not have respect for your investment. So when I bought my Jeweled Lotus, I got it for $45. I got I traded my Demonic Tutor, which was the Japanese version. I traded it for a Strixhaven regular version and a Jeweled Lotus, and so I got my worth. So this is why I'm not as pissed off, okay, guys? But if I would have pulled that Jeweled Lotus, or what if you have a full art Jeweled Lotus and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, man, you can't use this card anymore because there's players that are whining and they don't have access to these cards, man. And then you know what, guys? And I hate to tell you this, but if Magic opened this door, okay? They proxied a Jeweled Lotus and a stupid token, okay? And they went back on the reserve list. If you, and I'm telling you, all of you noobs, stop crying. If you want the Jeweled Lotus, if you want the Mana Crypt, go do it yourself. Go print it yourself now. Do it. Because at this point, what does it matter if these committees that, like, who in the fuck is this rules committee for Magic? Like, seriously, who are you guys? Like, I get it. You've been around, so have we. I've been playing since alpha and beta. Many of you that are in this rule committee have not even been around alive as long as I've been playing Magic, okay? And all of a sudden you think you have the right to come and smash people's investments? Like, this is so stupid, guys. And again, I get it. And I do get it. Believe me, I honestly get it. It's irking when you're trying to play just a casual game, and here comes this dude. I'm gonna drop here. This is my first line: Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, and and you're like, wow, like that's your turn one. That's bonkers. Like, whoa, okay. So look, I get it. But again, guys, think of the investors. If you're going to make rules and the rules are for the benefit of the community to make things more fair, then I absolutely get it, okay? But think of the investors, guys. At least delineate between both Magic the Gathering tournaments and Magic the Gathering casual play. And have a very light touch. And again, guys, there should be bans, okay? I'm not opposed to bans, but you really gotta think really hard. Like, look, guys, you're not gonna, like, when I saw this card, right, when I was really getting back into Magic, and I was getting into Commander. This is the last time around, because I've never really been into Commander. That's not the format that I like to play. I was more of a traditional Magic player. But the Commander format is really fun, okay? And as I was getting into the format, I saw this blue card, and it was Tinker. And I was like, bro, Tinker, whoa, it's a 2-drop, smash an artifact, bring in another artifact. And in my mind, I was like, okay, smash a mana vault, here's a Blightsteel, ridiculous cards that are just stupid, I get it. That's why you banned that card, okay? My question is this: is it time again for the people that have made Wizards of the Coast relevant and this stupid Commander Rules Committee relevant? Is it time for conservatives and the people that work, that buy their project, time for us to just walk away for now? Okay? If they think that pink-haired, urine-smelling, loser woke pieces of garbage that are communist socialists are going to elevate their product, have at it. Okay? I say that conservatives and the people that work, we should stop buying the product for 1 year to show these people, hey, you do not exist without us. Because it is a privilege. It is a privilege to play Magic, because the government doesn't give you subsidies unless you're a stupid loser liberal Democrat, right? And they get subsidies to play Magic because they sit on their ass all day whining and crying that, oh, I don't have a Mana Crypt, I don't have a Jewel Lotus. Okay, well, who cares? Okay, there's many ways to ramp up fast anyways in this format. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Don't trash your investments. Don't burn your cards. Don't destroy your models. Okay? Just don't spend money in these corporations until they rein in their out-of-control boards, and until they start to understand that the people that make their IP are the people that work and bust their ass every day. And if you don't understand that, we're going to make you understand that. So to my advice to all my brothers and sisters out there who sacrifice every day, who bust their ass every day, okay, just to do the right thing, and you want to enjoy your time playing these games, stop investing your money for now. Hit them where it hurts. And once they learn, then maybe we'll start to reinvest into your product. Because you know what? I'm not going to lie. I miss opening up magic packs, but I'm not going to buy magic packs as long as they're disrespecting the very people who make their product worth something, their corporation worth something. And it started with the 30th anniversary, and it just keeps going, guys. Okay? I love you all. Marco for mayor. Talking about the weirdest things that we can come up with, but always thinking about you guys first. Whether it be politics, your investments, just your daily grind, guys. Because I care. I know life's hard. And I'm always looking out for you all. But I'm also taking deep reflection that, hey, you know what? Life sucks sometimes. We don't need people kicking us in the balls. There's a saying in Spanish, ya no más falta que me mee este perro en la pierna. Let's not get to that point, guys, okay? I love you guys. Marco for mayor. And have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Okay, guys? Good night.